Have you ever wondered just how much your dog loves you? You might think that as long as you feed them well and take them on walks regularly, that's enough. But sometimes, a dog's love runs deeper than we realize. There are small behaviors, ones that may seem insignificant, but if you pay close attention, you'll see that your dog is loving you in the purest way any creature can. And the final sign might just leave you speechless with emotion. Have you ever noticed, some dogs immediately turn their heads away the moment you reach out your hand? And yet, there are others who simply lie still, blink gently at you, and quietly let you boop their nose, as if saying, "It's okay, I trust you." A dog's nose isn't just for sniffing, it's an incredibly sensitive area. Touching it, for many dogs, is like stepping into sacred ground. So when your dog willingly lets you touch their nose, without flinching, maybe even tilting their head as if they're waiting for it, that's no random gesture, it's a powerful sign of deep trust. One person who raised a golden retriever for 10 years once shared, "When I first adopted her, she was terrified of hands, especially near her face. It took almost 6 months before she let me touch her nose for the first time. I cried that day." A nose boop might seem like a small, playful act, but to a dog who's bonded with you, it becomes a private ritual. Almost like a way of touching your heart. Pro tip: if your pup isn't used to this yet, try holding your hand out first to let them sniff it, while smiling gently. Once they seem comfortable, start by touching under the chin. Then gradually move toward the head and nose. For most dogs, being hugged isn't exactly a pleasant experience. They're creatures that value freedom, and the feeling of being tightly held around the neck or back can sometimes feel more threatening than loving. That's why if your dog doesn't squirm, tense up, or try to escape when you hug them, and instead sits calmly in your arms, eyes half closed or breathing gently, that says a lot. Dogs don't just tolerate hugs, they only accept them when you truly matter to them. An elderly man once shared, "I usually hug my dog, Miso, every morning, even though I know he doesn't love it. But one day, I was stuck in bed with back pain, and Miso came to me, climbed into my arms, and just lay there, chest to chest, like he was trying to warm me up. That day, I knew his love didn't need words. Some hugs don't need to be tight. Sometimes, just the peace of being in the arms of someone you trust is more than enough." If you want to help your dog get used to hugs, start with choice. Call them over, gently pat your lap, and open your arms. If they come willingly, that's a great sign. And don't hold them for too long, just a few seconds at first, to help them feel safe. Not restrained, because when a dog has imprinted on you, its greatest happiness is making you smile, even if it's just by staying in your arms for a few seconds longer. Have you ever truly felt the gaze of your dog? That unblinking look, it's not a challenge. It's not fear. It's presence, calm, peaceful, full of trust. Most dogs, by instinct, will avoid direct eye contact, especially with strangers, because to them, it's a sign of threat or warning. But one day, if you find your dog holding your gaze, and instead of turning away, they look at you a little longer, blink softly, maybe even tilt their head like they're reading your emotions, then congratulations. That's a powerful sign of attachment only dogs who've imprinted on you will show. A study from Azabu University in Japan found that when dogs and humans look into each other's eyes, both release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same one that strengthens the connection between a mother and her child. In other words, when your pup gazes at you for a few extra seconds, it's like a silent whisper. "Mom, I'm here." I still remember the first time my friend's rescue dog, a once abandoned Rottweiler, sat still and looked into her eyes. Both of them started crying. Not from pity, but because they understood each other without saying a word. You can help your dog get comfortable with eye contact by playing a soft, staring contest. Keep your gaze gentle, never harsh. When your dog looks back at you, smile and praise them right away. Do this daily, just a few seconds at a time, and you'll build a truly special connection. Because in the end, a dog's eyes will never lie, not when it loves you with all its heart. No begging, no asking to play, no whining, no fussing, just quietly lying there beside you, like a warm, silent shadow. How many times have you been brushing your teeth, turned around, and there they are, curled up at the doorway? Or sat down to work, barely touched your laptop, and they've already nestled their head against your feet. Let out a soft breath. And drifted off? It's not random. Dogs only choose to lie beside those who make them feel safe, secure, and free to just be themselves. A lot of people think love from a dog means jumping, barking, clinging, but for a dog that has truly imprinted on you, love is quiet presence. No noise, no demands, just being there. There's a quote I really love. A dog loves you, not for what you do, but simply because you exist. A client of mine, in his 60s, once told me, every evening when I sit down to read the paper, Lala lies quietly beside my chair. She never asks for anything. But on the days she doesn't come, I miss her. I miss that gentle breath near my feet. If you ever notice your dog quietly following you into the bathroom, the study, or settling in just where they can keep you in sight, try saying just one soft thing. Thank you for always being here. Dogs may not understand our words, but they feel our feelings. And sometimes, it's through that quiet companionship that we realize real love doesn't need to be loud. Have you ever wondered why, when someone else calls your dog, they barely glance over and stay put? But the moment you speak, they leap up, ears perked, tail wagging like crazy? Obedience isn't just a result of training. It's a choice, and that dog has chosen you. Sure, dogs can learn commands from anyone, but the desire to follow, to respond, to come when called, that only comes from a bond built on trust, affection, and deep connection. A friend of mine has 2 dogs, one trained by him, the other by his parents. But whenever he calls, both dogs run to him first. Not because he shouts louder, but because his voice, his eyes, his presence, they make the dogs feel safest. Some dogs, even in the middle of excited play, will stop everything and come straight to you the moment you softly say their name, even when everything else around is more fun. Try calling your dog's name sometime without food in your hand, without using a command, just a gentle, loving tone. And if they still come to you, no reward needed, then you know that's not reflex, that's love. And if their eyes light up every time they hear your voice, then you're not just their trainer. You're their comfort, their trust, and their whole little world. Have you ever left the house? And when you returned, your dog didn't bark wildly, scratch the door, or cry out loud. They just quietly walked over, pressed their head against your leg, as if to say, I missed you, but I didn't want to be a bother. That's a very special kind of worry, not shown through panic, but through patient waiting. Many people think a dog who loves its owner must bark, claw at the door, do anything to stop them from leaving. But sometimes, it's that quiet calm that speaks volumes, the sign of a love that has matured. Like a child who no longer cries because they know Mom always comes back, so they just hug their pillow and wait. A friend of mine once installed a camera at home to see how her newly adopted dog would react while she was at work. The result? For 8 whole hours, the dog lay in one spot, the exact place she usually sits. No eating, no playing, no deep sleep, just waiting. And when she came home, the dog didn't jump, didn't howl. He just rested his head on her belly, closed his eyes, and let out a long breath, like he had been holding it in all day. If you're often away for work or long hours, try leaving behind a shirt with your scent, or play a short voice recording that says hello. Simple gestures like these ease their anxiety, helping them feel like you're still near, in your own special way. Because for dogs that have imprinted on you, your absence isn't just empty space, it's a quiet, persistent longing that doesn't need to be loud to be real. Have you ever noticed? On nights when you're tossing and turning, unable to sleep, your dog just lies there, still and watchful, as if standing guard over your rest? Some even pace around the bed a few times, gently lick your hand, and only settle down after making sure you're okay. Not every dog does this. The behavior of falling asleep after you do is a clear expression of vigilance and protection, rooted in their pack instinct. But when that instinct is reserved only for you, and not for others in the household, you already know what that means. You're their leader, their emotional center, their safest anchor in the world. A husky owner once told me, every time I get into bed, Yuki doesn't sleep right away. She lies beside me, eyes open, ears alert. Only after I turn off the lights and stop shifting around, she curls up by my feet and finally breathes evenly. If your dog often sleeps at the foot of your bed, by the door, or just outside your room, try leaving the doors slightly open and a soft night light on. Some dogs don't want to intrude, but they still want to keep an eye on you, until you've truly drifted off. Because to them, nothing matters more than making sure you are safe. Only then can they rest easy too. So, we've just walked through some of the most touching signs that your beloved dog has imprinted on you, with all their heart. In every breath, every single day, you're not just their owner. Not just the one who feeds them or takes them for walks. You've become a part of their soul, their safest place. The most familiar presence. The one they call home. A dog's love is simple. It doesn't need wealth. It doesn't need accomplishments. It just needs you, as you are. Being there, every day. If this video made you think of the furry friend curled up beside you, or one who once walked by your side, drop a comment and tell me. How does your dog show you love? I read every single one. Truly. And if you'd like to help share these heartwarming stories with other dog lovers out there, don't forget to hit subscribe to the Dogfluence.